Hello, hello. How's it going? It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I'm Lucinda. I am setting my timer. I have to set a timer to make my back comfortable. So I'll do 2 hours, 10 minutes. Might go a little longer, might go a little less. One never knows. How's everyone doing out there? I'm actually doing pretty good, I think. So far, yesterday was weird, but today is pretty good. I did panic right before I came on because I smelled something that smelled like smoke, and it's dry, dry, dry up here. And my door was open, so I was like, oh crap. Is there a wildfire? Do I have to focus on that? And then I realized I had just lit a really large match to light my scented candle back there that kind of grounds me. And I was like, oh, it's all okay. So I'm Lucinda. I'm in Northern California. That's where I ship from. I do 2 weeks of building you a box to save you on shipping. Saves me time on invoicing. And I invoice out starting usually 3 days after the end of the 2 weeks. Okay. Last week, hi Heidi. Oh, heat wave. I'm so sorry. We're getting one of those. It's just starting. Last round of the build a boxes, my partner went back to the city and my invoicing was late and my shipping was late, and I apologize. It doesn't happen that often anymore, but it happens. So if you ever want your items right away and you don't want to build a box, just email me. It's right there. It's a .net. And tell me you want me to go ahead and invoice out and get her out. And I'll do that. So I bill through PayPal and I ship using Pirate Ship. Now, shipping has gone up. It's gone up where everything is charged at the rate of £1. Doesn't matter if it's only 1 ounce. It's £1. So this 2-week build-a-box thing I've been doing forever is really coming in handy right now for all of you and for me, because did you know I have to pay a fee to use Pirate Ship? I have to pay a fee to do everything. Oh, Lord, it's nuts. So this is the first day of week 2, build a box. And I should be on Thursday and Friday. Pretty soon down the road, I am going to take a week off. And towards the very end of the summer, I might just do 2 days a week for a little while. Maybe even towards the end of August, I might just do 2 days because I need to start listing. Yeah. Listing and doing other things. Bump, bump, bump. And what else? Anything else? Today is all necklaces. I do have cuffs, really cool copper, old, going back to the 60s or older, copper cuffs. And an artisan, it's probably brass, but it looks gold tone with cuff. Might get to that. I also have, but I'm not sure if I really want to sell it, so we'll see. Large Matisse painter's palette brooch, but I don't know if I want to get off of that yet, so we'll see. How is my email going, Lucinda? Oh, I haven't changed it yet, Heidi. And you and I have been communicating through email, so we should not have any problem. But thank you for reminding me of that. And in addition, what's interesting is, people have been telling me, oh, I sent you an email Did you get my email? Did you get my email? And those were mostly new people who were just registering, etc. And now I'm using the Jot form, so registration is going through just fine. And people that I haven't communicated with in forever, but who I have communicated with before, like George, who bought stuff at last week's clearance, or no, a couple weeks ago clearance. I haven't emailed with him in a year, and his emails got through no problem. So I'm not really sure. Pay attention that it's .net. That's what I have to say. Okay. So today I'm going to do pretty fast. Oh, and Heidi, I shipped your box yesterday, and I need to make a note to bill Barb for half of the shipping. And I labeled it as a gift. I went into the post office and paid full price because Pirate Ship was making it just like crazy. So I finally gave up and just went to the post office. It costs quite a bit to ship. It's labeled as a gift. We'll see what happens. It's all handmade imitation items. You know, there's 4 things in there. I valued it at $20. So I don't know. We'll see. Out of my control at this point. So today I have sterling silver chains with sterling silver pendants. I have a sterling silver vermeil chain. So, you know, it looks like gold, with one of those gold dipped sand dollars. If anyone remembers those, so cool. They weren't around for that long. It was like 80s, I think, maybe early 90s, but I think 80s. And I don't ever see them, but I have one. I have a huge amethyst sterling silver pendant drop, but I don't have a chain for it because it's heavy. I have some old marble carved artisan Mexico piece. I have some costume and some one beautiful old rhinestone, either early 50s or late 30s, right before the war, when flapper was going out and more the elegance was coming in. It's fantastic. A couple beaded items, a few costumes that are lower end, a couple beaded pieces, one very old, spectacular plastic flat collar necklace, red and white. I wish I knew the maker. I could never find it. And more. Yeah. And I have 2 brooches. May or may not bring them in. It just depends. Now, Heidi, I put your email on that package like I do for everyone. So if you check your email, you should have tracking. Oh, actually, no, that's not true. God, here's another note. Because I did it through the post office. Send Heidi tracking. Okay, so I'll do that. Okay, so is everyone ready? I think I covered the basics. And yeah. Heidi, I'm sorry you're having another heat wave. We're the same thing's happening here. Tug, come here. Get some water. Don't lick. I'm sorry, my dog is licking the cabinet. Come here. Don't lick the cabinet. That's wood. There's nothing on there you want. My dog is nuts. All right. So I'm going to get going. And I think I'm going to kind of go back and forth between, and let me move this over here, between sterling and costume and beaded. Heidi. You're funny. So that's what I'm going to do. And the first one I'm going to do is the sand dollar. Wowzer. Does anyone else remember these? And a new thing is, no, stay inside with air conditioner or fans or whatever you got, Heidi, and cold on your neck. So for anyone who needs to know this random fact, then I'm starting my sale promise. EMTs do this. If they find someone who's having like heat stroke, the first thing you do is slap a cold pack or go into a 7-Eleven, a Safeway, I don't care, get a cold can out of the refrigerated section and slap it on your neck, because that will start bringing your core temperature down immediately. Pro tip, I learned that from an EMT. Yeah. Okay, so yes, Heidi. Yep, I know. My father, believe me, I know. I'm going to start selling. I don't want to talk about that. I've been having a lot of feelings about my parents lately. This is going to be a starting bid of 26. Ducky, hi. Gave you an error. I don't know what that means, because I do get all the jot forms. And I don't know why there would be an error. Ducky, don't know. That's very, very weird. Yeah, you too, Heidi. So I'm going to pull it over here, then I'm going to put it back over there. Takes up too much room. Oh, maybe that's it, Ducky. Because, I just did what jot form tells you to do, and then I copy and paste it. So I'm like, oh no, what am I supposed to do with that crap? It's like, come on, man. I can't win for losing. Okay, so this is gorgeous. And it is, I swear to God, you know what? Let me check this, just to check this. Because now I'm wondering if it's gold filled. I was sent all of these as sterling. It would just be the year advantage because I've already put the price in. If only one could actually read with these things. What the heck? Why, oh why can I not read this? That is so annoying. Oh my God, that's so annoying. There's no reason why I shouldn't be able to read this. I think it's upside down. It's really, that shouldn't be upside down. Oh my God, I hate starting sales off like this. My apologies. This is really weird and bumming me out. Okay, so I'm gonna try to show that to all of you. You see, I'll do it with my loop. I want to go fast in this sale, but there's a lot of writing on here. There and there. And so I got to tell you, I'm not sure. It's not gold filled. It might actually be gold. Okay. Hi, Mally. How's it going? It might be a gold chain, but I'm just going to call it sterling because I'm moving on. Yeah, they were all. So there you go. It is a 16-inch chain. And honestly, I can't read that. I got it backwards. And it is So that's too bright. One of these is too bright. I'll fix it in a minute. Remember these gold dipped sand dollars? Anyone but me? This is about 1.5 inches in diameter. It weighs nothing. It's just gold dipped. But man, I love these. And it is gold, but the amount of gold, it's probably a mixed alloy. So it's, it's negligible in that way. I'm not selling you like, a gold bar. But it's beautiful. And they just don't come around that often. I wish I used to find sand dollars on the beach. Sand dollar is the animal, Heidi. It is the dead animal. Look up sand dollar on your phone. This is gorgeous. Starts at 26. And now that I have determined I just can't read that. And I don't know why. There's just so much writing and it doesn't say sterling. Taking too much time in item is not good. I have my physical annual appointment really soon, in which I'm definitely making an appointment for glasses. Okay. There's some other writing. And then I think 925. Thank you, Lord. That was driving me nuts. Yes, exactly, Melly. So this is beautiful. Really lightweight, 26. Not going down. Not going down on that price. Between the unusualness of it, the beautifulness of it. Melly, do you remember these? Oh, no sand dollars in Belgium. Oh, it's not a stupid question, Heidi. No sand dollars? Oh, do you not? No, they're more like coral, but individual. We call them dollars because we used to have a coin that was $1. I don't know if that helps any. These have to be CZs. Once again, with the loop thing, I'm also going to I have a good loop, but I want a better one. I got this at a estate sale for like $0.10 or something. 925 and something. So this is going to be a starting bid, and I'm going to go faster, I promise. Of 23. Yeah, it's not stupid. It's not stupid at all, Heidi. I don't think in my world, no questions are stupid. Okay? No questions are stupid. Because how are we going to learn if we don't ask? That's why I homeschooled my daughter. So here's the chain. It is a box chain. The other chain was, God, I don't even remember. We're not going to go there. It was just a thin chain. CZs. I believe I don't have a Presidium, but since it's 925, it could be glass, but it has a much better quality than glass, so I don't think so. This is all sterling. Here's the back. It's got a very, well, it's kind of a small, large, if you will, opening. So you might be able to get it on a very thin torque. No, jellyfish thing. No, God, no. No, sand dollars just wash up on the beach. In this, let me just measure to make sure I've got my 16 and 18 inches correct in my brain, which I'm pretty sure I do, but it doesn't hurt to check. Nope, this is an 18 inch. 18 inch. 18 inch starts at 23 with 3 ZZs. ZZ top, baby. Sharp dressed man. And here you go. It's a really nice piece. And I could take all these off and put them on a bust and do all of that. I'll do that because I'm not putting them on and off over my neck is there you go. It's a very, very nice at 20, starting at 23. And it's different. Kind of reminds me of a take on a wishbone. Okay, 18 inches. Okay. So, moving on. Putting it in a bag, moving on. And if someone comes in later and wants to claim an item, please do so. Okay, moving off of that, I'm going to go to something entirely different. How is everyone doing? How's it going out there in the land of world? Land of world? World of YouTube. Wowzer. See, that's the only thing. I can go fast, but I do have the slightest bit of traumatic brain injury left. And so when I start multitasking too fast, I start to get scrambled. So my apologies. My apologies. That's just at least I can speak whole sentences and remember mostly everything that's important and figured out ways to cope with things, and my synopsis is reconnected again. I feel fortunate in that. But when I start moving fast, then there you are. So this has a dang string on it because it's fresh stock. Now I'm going to cut it off. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Maybe y'all tuned down to watch me and all I'm doing is fumbling around. I'm sorry. I got talking to a friend and I kept saying I needed to go, but the conversation was really important and interesting. Oh, Melly, no problem. So whatever. This starts at 28. Melly, rest. It's fine. This is a chain. I love this. It is costume. The chain is probably going to be about 22 to 24 inches. And this is one of those repop type things, but it's been around for a while, of the Fabergé egg necklaces. Those are all little faux pearls. I wish I knew the company that did it. It's got a really nice bail. It's very heavy. I suspect this might be older than I think. It is hollow inside. It does not open. And it does look like Is that for real? Let me see. Is it missing a pearl? Did I see that, or was I seeing something else entirely? No, it's not missing anything. So this is beautiful. And the chain, it has no clasp. And this is great. This is a gorgeous piece of costume. And I want to give a heads up, everyone. This is the style. This is what's in. This is what people are snapping up right now. This is going to be much longer than 22, 24. Especially after you include the egg, which is the bail. The chain is attached. So I think it might be the original chain, or someone did a good job of repairing it. With that, it's not even with jump rings, one on each side. And so the chain itself is about 24, and with the egg, it's about 26. It is a really great piece. It's heavy despite being hollow. It was very well made. Who made it? I don't know, but it's fantastic. Thank you, Heidi. So, look at that. They did such a good job, the details. And I know a lot of places that would be starting this a lot higher. But there you go. Okay. So, if anyone has like a preference of something they really want to see, holler. I have a couple things in these crinkly bags. My apologies. I was gabbing away on the phone to someone, which will really benefit me. I mean, in a big, big way. But because of that, I couldn't finish undoing a few pieces that I really wanted to. Wow. This is, get them out of the bags and all that. Where's the clasp? Which way does it go? Which way does it go? This way. So there you go. Wow. Okay. This is all acrylic done in like, many of the pieces are kind of wrapped but fancier, like how they did the Australian crystals. It is costume, so thank you, Heidi. It starts at 16. I actually love this. It's got so much going on. I'll put this one on the bust in a minute. It's way over here on the extender, which should be over here. There you go. So the extender is about 3 inches. I would say this is a 1980s piece because of the greens. And I'm going to put it, it's got 3 rows. That looks backwards. There you go. I'm going to put it on the necklace bust. And this too, this is another one of the things. All these big gold costume jewelry pieces are what is really trending hard right now. And this is some gorgeous acrylics. So, I think the light is still a little too strong. Let's fix that. Hold on. I have to get back behind my computer. There you go. There you go. It's just too bright. It's blowing out the colors. Okay. So this is acrylic. That's probably too low. acrylic, and it's all carved. Yeah, that's too low. God bless America. You know, you guys have no idea this amount of setup stuff takes. There you go. So all of these are carved and shine and wrapped. Oh, I'm doing exactly what I'm not supposed to do. I do it every time. Okay. For my back, sorry. This is acrylic, but it's like a chandelier looking dangle. This is made to look like it's turquoise, and each piece is wrapped in a different way depending on what the piece is. These turn. It's really nice. It's a really nice piece for $16. If I was listing this on eBay, I'd probably start at $20. Don't know who the maker is. It's costume. Sorry, my pagoda's in there. So this is about 16, 18, 20. And that's with a little bit of the extender. It's a really nice necklace. Yep. Melly. Do you see the earrings I'm wearing? I got those from Melly. Okay. So 16. If anyone's interested and wants this right now, I'll drop it to 15. I am not dropping the sterling silvers. I'm actually selling the chains and the pendants at cost average. So for me, on my channel, the price is low, and in general low. Heidi, Native American. Oh, these earrings? Yes. Yeah, I have indulged myself lately in just a few pieces, okay? Just a few pieces. Because I can't afford it. You know, I've never spelled this before. Thank you, Heidi. I saw these and the inlay and everything about, I just fell in love. So I was like, okay, I'm buying it. It's for me. Mostly anything I buy is for inventory, but these were like, okay, this is a buy it now, $9. And again, this is what's trending. And it is Chico's. Chico's. It's got a 3-inch heavy duty extender. I would say, yeah, this is brass. Probably a brass over some other alloy. Yes, they were, Heidi. I would say also Chico's. This is probably an early 2000s piece. So these are faux, but these are gorgeous. And in between are the rhinestone rondettes. Chico's made. I mean, this was probably $30 new. And look at this. How they put that together. in the middle with the chain. Nice touch. Nice touch. So you've got that. It's very long. And then look at that, how it's almost like Celtic. Coming down to, boom. This is a big, long piece. It's only, buy it now, $9. I'm quite sure this sold new at least 30. It has the chain and the extender, but I got to tell you, you don't need it. Wow. So this is without the extender. Look how pretty this is. This is just a great piece. And it comes down. It is just above flapper length, because flapper would be 33 and it's an inch above my belly button without the extender. So we're going to go with 32 inches without the extender. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece of Chico's jewelry. And this is just an acrylic, but look at the details. Chico's $9. I should have started to buy it now at $15. You know how many resellers I know who flip Chico's all day long? And they would have probably started this at $35. And I mean, seriously, because it's very well made. And it's heavy. Okay. We can go back to some sterling and other. And I'm going to put my ice that I brought over here. Thank you, Heidi. I never know what people want, what they don't want. Honestly, I'm kind of at a point. I'm not giving up on YouTube. But I'm at a point where I may just start selling mostly on other platforms and do once a week on YouTube. I'm not sure. It's just a little. Summers are hard. Life is hard. I mean, But if this platform doesn't want to work for me, other platforms will. And that's cool. That's cool. And this is the, yes, this is this beautiful piece. This is a belt. This is a belt, right? Oh my God, yes. This is a handmade beaded belt. It's amazing. It's amazing. I can leave the price on the screen since it's a belt. This is amazing. Oof, I'm trying not to bend forward. So it's a golden and browns. These are all the toggles and also the dangle depending on your waist size. So you know how belts would hang down from your pants like this in the 70s so that this would move around when you danced? So it can be, depending on your waist size, it can be that, or just gives you lots of space to choose from size-wise. It's not coming apart, but it just needs a little Gorilla Glue. I can do that for you if you want and trim it. There's the toggle. And do you see the pink flashes in these golden beads? I hope you do. It's beautiful. And then it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it's 12 strands. And then another. another, and another with this. And then the toggle, I'll measure how long it is. This took someone hours to make, and it is from the 60s, 70s, or 80s. It's hard to tell, but it's an older piece. Someone wore this a lot. So the toggle just goes in one of these loops. Let me tell you how long it is. And then I'm hearing my dog have a problem, so I may have to get up and go away for a couple minutes. I apologize, but that's pretty important to me. So I don't know if I can put an item up, and I'm probably going to lose everyone because of that, but I don't know what to do. 7, 14. Let's double it. It's so long. It's so long. And I want to be accurate because waist size is pretty dang important. There you go. It's okay, Tuggy. 16, 18 times 2. 32 inches on the belt without the toggle. So 32-inch waist or less. But so you could go 30 to 32 inches waist size. I remember all my friends wore stuff like this. And then the amount of toggle or dangles is about 12 inches. So you've got a 30 to 32 inch belt beaded with a 12-inch toggle extension, meaning that if you really wanted to, you could take this up. I wouldn't do the whole 12 inches, but you could take it up to like a size 36 waist. So it's not really that small. And then wide, it is 1.5 inches wide. So it's pretty stunning. This is it doubled. It is pretty stunning. Wrap this around a skirt when you're going out this summer with a really pretty pair of earrings. Nice little top. And you've got it, baby. You've got it. Started it at 28. I'll drop it to 26 for the sale. Again, though, this is a piece that if I just snip 2 strings and Gorilla Glue, which I will do for you if you want it, I could list it at probably 30. And I've got a lot of pieces over here that are high end that people are not so interested in. And hold on, I'm listening for my dog. Okay, he stopped making the noise for now. So for now, I'm good. But if I have to get up, I'll turn the computer off or I'll leave it on. You can stare at my background. Anyway, there's a lot of pieces I'm just not bringing back anymore. And yeah, that was why I was on the phone so long, and I wound up being late today. Because I'm just gonna start listing. I've got the name of someone local up here who's gonna come soon and start helping me organize, and you drape it in your hair. Well, yeah, it's also like that hippie band, but there would be a lot falling down. You'd have to find a really good way to clip it in your hair because it's heavy. I mean, it's heavy. It's a solidly made, beaded, I call it hippie just because the hippies, when I was a hippie, in the 70s, were wearing it. But it's really just a classy and classic beaded belt. So this is a buy it now for $6. It's a big, chunky silver tone. What are those paths called? The meditation pathways. They're like in a circle. I'm just going to call it. I don't know. I can't remember what they're called. Like you do your meditation walk on them. And, you go round and round and round till you get to the middle. Oh, there you go, Heidi. I like that word. Labor intensive. Oh, I thought you were telling me like a whole new word. And I was like, that's a really cool word. Yes, labor intensive. So this isn't signed. It is made to look like sterling silver, and it very much does. Right? Look at that. I never tested if the outside was. It's got a huge bail. But see the back? That says to me, not sterling silver. But who knows if the front is maybe coated, just because, the color is so similar. I don't know. Who's to say? It's a very large one. Does anyone know the name of those? They're everywhere. Used to just be here and there. They're everywhere where you walk around. The labyrinth. Dang it, that's it. Labyrinth. Here's the chain. Basic chain. Is this the original chain? Multiple links interconnected. It could be the original chain, but because it has such a big bail, I'm not sure. And this was likely a designer piece. I showed it a few times. I haven't shown it for quite a while, and I'm basically letting it go at cost at this point. Look how big it is. It's gorgeous, y'all. $6. And the chain is, not going to keep putting things on and off. It's going to come down to right about there. So the chain is about 18 inches, and the piece itself is about 2 long and a little over an inch wide. So it is going to come down to just about here, right above the beginning of the lady's top area. It's a great piece. $6. Y'all are a tough crowd today. There isn't anything I'm bringing so far. I think I'm delusional. I think I'm delusional. I really thought people would like this egg and some of the sterling silver pieces I showed. So I don't do recaps. If you just came in, you might want to go back and see what I've already brought, since I don't do recaps. What the heck? So I'm going to pivot and do a cuff, because this is a necklace sale, but I'm not getting any bites. So let's do that. Let's just do a couple of those and see what happens. Okay. This, again, some of these, a couple of these I have copper are new. I could probably do a whole cuff sale. It would only be like an hour, but I could. I've had this since I started selling on eBay in, I think it was 2000. Now, this is acrylic. It is not turquoise. the way, I mean, I don't have a Presidium, but the way it hits my teeth and all that, it's not reinforced, enhanced, whatever the word is, because turquoise is pretty soft, so they put resin and whatnot in there to make it hard. But all of this, look at this swirled copper, the Japanning on here to darken it. It's got even riveted construction to put this piece on each side. It does say genuine copper in there, and the inside is Japan. So that dates this to mid 70s, early 80s at the most. Yeah, Pamela, right on. I've shown this so many times, and I've just been like, how does nobody like this? I mean, good Lord, Pamela. So it's fitting on me, and I'm a 7.25, but I haven't done anything to spread this or any of that. So it's pretty wide open right now, right? And this is up. So you could open it a touch more, but I wouldn't. You can also make it smaller. But in doing so, you really want to, you haven't seen it. In doing so, you really want to warm the metal up and slowly but surely get it to just your size where it goes on your wrist, and then leave it alone. Okay? So if anyone else is interested, you need to come in at 24 or more. This is, despite this being acrylic, this is before they started really cheaping out. This is a good one. I guarantee it. Fair warning, 24 or higher. This is the last one that is like this that I have. I've had this for 26 years, y'all. 26 years. Not going to have another one anytime soon. Pamela's going to get a great deal. Hurry up. Thank you, Pamela. This is actually hard for me to part with because it marked the reemergence of me going back into the costume jewelry business. And this is a good one. I'm glad you got it, Pamela. Thank you. Thank you so much. Really? Excellent. Like this? Pamela? Do you really? Not like this. Similar? I mean, I have a lot of cuffs, so. Well, those were my last two. This was the last one. I don't have any more. Good. Now you can be matching. You can wear one on both arms. Pamela, where's your bag? I know, I'm sure you have a bag. Pamela, Pamela, oh Lola, Pamela. Pamela, don't you have a bag? I know you have a bag. You don't have a bag. Well, that's very unusual. No. Okay, Pamela gets a bag. You get a bag, and you get a bag, and you get a bag. Sorry, I got to put, there's Pamela's name. Pamela. Okay, Pamela has a bag now. Thank you, honey. Okay, so let's show another cuff. This is entirely different. And then we'll go back to necklaces, taking a short break here. I appreciate you, Pamela. This one starts at 30. And it is a copper with brass double twisted. Oh, it's actually, yeah, double twisted, or you could call it braided, like, you know how almost like a French braid when you get that pleat. This was a lot of work. This is an older piece. This, it's solid copper as well. This is so. If I was listing this, I would list it at 45 to 50, honestly. And if it didn't sell, it could sit until it did. Each one of these is individually inset. That's the brass. You can feel it. And do you see, this hurts my eyes, but let's see. Do you see right here where the twist ends and there's like the soldering of brass? You can see it. And then the end cuffs. I believe, and I'm just saying, I believe that this could be as going back to a Harvey house, which is the turn of the century. There is no that I could ever find. Let's look one last time. Got to have so much ring lights now to make it so you all can see that it makes it hard for me to see. There does look like there is a semblance, possibly, of a marking from one point, at one point. See how thick this is? It is solid copper. And it's artisan made. It's individual. See that? There you go. Now my thing is focusing. This is incredible. It's a little on the small side for me. I would, Heidi, I would definitely call this unisex, yes. So see, it doesn't want to fit over my wrist, but I could make it fit over my wrist by really warming this up and slowly but surely moving it out, right? This is a native piece. This is, everything in me is screaming. This is Native American, and that this is turn of the century. This is really, really incredible. It's 2 1/4, a little bit bigger as it sits right now. I'm a 7.25. I think this would be best on someone who's a 6 to a 6.5. Okay. And again, you would want to, if your wrist, my wrist is really not that thick, but it's not as thin as when I was young. Right? So you can see it almost goes on. Almost. So it just needs a little bit of working. It starts at $30. Think about it. It's one of those ones that's going to get listed. In fact, I'm just going to throw it over here for listing. There's just certain things I'm not bringing back anymore. I'm just not doing it. Nope, and nope. Okay. I am going to, I always have so many things piled up in this basket. And I haven't heard my dog making any more noises, so I feel good about that. Because that was worrying me. Okay. Heidi, you have learned so much about jewelry and come such a long way. I mean, it's not like you didn't already know because you're an artist and you know, you know your materials. So you're such a great helper to me. It's unbelievable. I appreciate it. What did I say? Starting at 25. This is a really interesting necklace. This is the first time I've ever shown it, and you'll have to excuse me for a minute. No, no. Hold on one second. An exam, Heidi. No. Maybe on Friday. I was seriously really thinking about for Friday, since sales have been pretty slow during the summer. I was thinking maybe I should do one of those things where I pick a bunch of pieces for sale and we go through the quiz of who do you think made this? What decade is this? You know, how can you tell by this clasp that it means anything, etc. This is beautiful. This gray stone. Okay, so let me get there. God, I'm blanking on the name. So the hook closure and these cones, the shepherd's hook, I do not believe to be sterling silver, but I'll tell you this, I didn't test the upper part, and I should have because it's really solid. So that was pretty dumb. But there you are. Now, however, these little tiny spacer beads right here stayed as sterling silver when I tested them. And then these beads, it reminds me of, God, it is, it's like a labradorite, but without the shine. It's got all the, I'm just learning all my semi-precious and my rocks, okay? But it's got all the greens and the black and the gray, but without the sheen. So maybe it's just a jasper. I'm not sure. It's not dyed. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strands. Then it drops down to more of those. And then this, which is an AB glass. And then more of this. And then you've got your, see, I'm telling you, I have all this light, so it helps you, but it doesn't help me. That is not mother of pearl. All these, but these are hand cut little beads of what? Shell? It's not natural. It's not like a bone. This necklace is on white cord. It might be bone. Okay. And then comes down like this, and then drops and hangs like this. It's beautiful. This bead held up as plated sterling. It is hollow. And it looks Tibetan or Buddhist. That design, very much. Or maybe fleur-de-lis. There's a huge crossover and all of that, you know. So you'll pay better attention. Heidi, you pay pretty good attention. It's really, this is stunning. I I can't say that this is Native American. It doesn't have a tag. Chico's would usually have a hang tag, but it's some high-end maker similar to that for sure. I wear loose t-shirts. Sorry, y'all. So every time I move, come on. So it hangs to the middle of things right here. So this is about 20 inches, and the dangle is about 3 or 4. It's down here. It's about 24 inches long. It's about 24 inches long. It's lightweight. It's really stunning. Yep, it's very much what I get the same. So it could be that it's actually, as opposed to Native American, even though that vibe is very much in here, these AB beads would not be that. It could also be uh, made in Asia somewhere because of this bottom bead, but it's very native cowboy boho, and it's lightweight and it's gorgeous. $25 start. Yeah. Last look, moving on. It's beautiful. I really I don't know the name of this stone. I wish I did. And then that, yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. And then the top. So the back of your neck is going to be pretty. Yeah, you see a fleur-de-lis? Yep. Yeah, I think it's open to interpretation because there's also the piece that you hold in your hand like this, and it's like a prayer thing in the Buddhist. So I don't know. But there you go. 25. I'll drop it to 22 if someone wants in right now. 22. Rhinite. Interesting, Pamela. I don't know what that is. Rhinite. Thank you. I will look that up. I do have a book on gems and stones. Rhinite. Whatever it is, it's beautiful. So I'll drop it to 22 if you want it now, and it'll be yours. No fair warnings or last calls. And that's another one. I'll bring that back like one more time at 22. And then it's a beautiful stone. Well, I'll need to look rhinite up. I've got this note of all these things I need to do. This is a beautiful stone in this necklace. I just don't know what it is. I mean, it's not just like this weird black whatever. It's pops. So, and I think it was really well made. So there you go. Okay. Let's do this, and then I'm going to move back to some sterling. This is a beautiful piece. And, I've had it, again, opening more water, since my beginning days on eBay. And I don't know if it's really old or if it's like a 1970s Avon. I don't know, but it's not Bakelite. It's not celluloid. It's acrylic, but it's freaking fabulous. And unusual. So haven't shown this in a long time. I love this piece. So here is that hidden clasp. And this is the main reason why I thought of Avon, just because I've sold a couple pieces of Avon lately that have this hidden clasp in there, but also West Germany did that. So that's kind of a problem. Oh, thank you, Heidi. Kyanite. And then it sits up. So it's flat on the back. And it sits up in like this oval triangle, red and white. And that's what it does. It goes around and around and around. And then you see how it's medium, and then it gets thinner, and then it gets medium, and then it's real big and comes to a point at the bottom. Yeah, this one, I will look it up, y'all. I don't know. So let me get this. This one has been just sitting for so long, and it's not out of whack. It's just me that's out of whack, if you will. And then I have that thing on. So it sits flat. If I didn't have the pagoda charm that Tanya gifted me, it sits flat like this. And I'll tell you how it would look best to show you. It's like this. I mean, this is art. This would be, the minute I did that, I'm thinking I could see a high fashioned outfit on a cover of Vogue or Harper's or whatever with this necklace on and a low cut dress and matching earrings. It is really unusual and stunning. And the way it hangs on your neck, it's totally comfortable. It's flat on your neck, and it's not up against your neck at all. So it's really flattering. This is one of my favorite pieces. So I've never been super mad that it hasn't sold. Thank you all for doing that. And this is exactly the length. So that's about 16 inches. Isn't it beautiful? It's a piece of art. It is a piece of art. And what I want to say, everyone, please remember that, I have a finite amount of this really unique, curated, older costume jewelry. And costume jewelry is getting hard to find out in the antique malls. The prices are, they don't have them at thrift stores. Estate sales you go in to buy, and they're looking up what it is on eBay or Etsy or, so it's, unless you just go to a true yard sale, even flea markets, this kind of stuff is just, it's not out there anymore. So my prices are very fair, and when it's gone, it's gone. And this actually is a piece. Hi, Kat. This, so it could be rhinite or kyanite. Well, they rhyme, so they're in the same family. That makes sense. So this piece is, I have now shown it so many times. I will honor the $22 price, but it's also going to get listed. I actually, like I said, I have an assistant. Not yet, but I will. She's a local person that my neighbor and lots of neighbors said, call Terry. And so I'm going to be paying someone to come help me with some basic household stuff and sorting and rearranging and listing locally vintage and antique items that I don't want anymore, but I'm not going to ship, so I'm not listing them anywhere else. And I'm going to have her start listing. Yeah, I can do the drafts, and then I'm going to have her upload. So get it while you can, because it's going. Okay, let's do this simple piece, and then I'm going to do this huge amethyst pendant. How is everyone? Is everyone good? Lurkers, are we happy? Are you enjoying what I'm showing? Are you at least entertained? Maybe? Yes, no? I should do a poll. After I finish my sales, I should put out a poll and say, did you like my sale or did you think it was crappy? Like, what is it? What am I doing wrong? What's happening? What's happening out there? I appreciate you lurking. This is a starting bid of this one. I almost spelled this hilariously. Cat, so you're hot? Ugh. I'm sorry, honey. How's your mom? Pamela, that was very nice. Always entertained here. Y'all appreciate me. I don't know what the lurkers think. It's like a poll for the it's the lurkers poll. Kat, how is your mom, honey? And how are you? I would like to talk to you on the phone. Are you available tomorrow? Just to like chat. Nothing like, not about anything in particular. Or we could also chat about doing a sale together. So this is a box chain, thin, and it is 925, but it is that gold tone vermeil. Oh my God, it's 115. Cat, no, good Lord, no. Oh. And then it comes down. I showed this before. I'm showing it again. To this really nice, that's the back. Let's turn it around. Chunk of tiger's eye. And this is probably familiar to someone who's here. It's a really, I think so anyway, it's a really nice piece, big piece of tiger's eye. And I look at this side. And I like the fact that it's got bands. And it was just kind of left in the natural stone. So you can see the crack, but it's been like resined or something. You know, you don't actually, right here, you feel this just a little, but that one, you don't feel it. So it's not going to continue on. And it may just be the banding. Look at that. This is pretty groovy. Here's the bottom. And the bottom is like almost a maroon red. So it's almost like a red tiger's eye. That's crazy. It's like a red tiger's eye on the bottom and other on the top. You know what? This is maroon. This is red on the bottom. So the lights are so big here, it's blowing it out. I'm wondering, I think this is red tiger's eye. See all the red? I mean, I know this is not, but this is. And I don't know enough about the red tiger's eye to know if the whole thing would come in red, so there shouldn't be any yellow, golden, buttery or not. But that is, see the red? It's not died. Interesting. Interesting. And then when I come way back here, I'm way back here. It is a 16-inch chain. So it's going to fall to right about here. 21. 21. Cat, no one in your family has, okay, let me know. Heidi was talking about this and it reminded me of my dad. Yeah, even the top is red. I think it's red tiger's eye, which I love red tiger's eye. My dad had CHF, and we came up here. I made him come up here, about 9 months before he passed, to spread my mom's ashes. And it was in July, and it just so happened that weekend it decided to scream up into the hundreds. And I am telling you, every fan that I could find was focused directly on him. And I had, ice packs if he needed, the whole thing. I was like so worried. And he was fine. He was fine. It doesn't get 100 in my house, but I was so worried. Heat and heart health is terrible. So remember, I don't do recaps, y'all. So if you're interested, get her now. Get her now. Woo, this is a huge teardrop-shaped amethyst cabochon. It is almost 2 inches by a little over an inch. It is in sterling silver, okay? It is just the pendant. Like I said, I do not have a chain for it because it needs to be a heavier chain than I have. But with all of us who are jewelry addicts, I'm quite sure you have one. It also could go on a torque. So you have 5. Yeah, I currently have 3, Heidi. This is a starting bid of $50. All of us are going to have to wind up on getting AC systems. I mean, I've been able to do it with fans up here, since this land was bought when I was 16 years old. Not a big deal. But it didn't used to be hot as long as it is now and as early and all of that. So I don't want to keep dumping money into this place and fixing it, but I'm thinking that I'm going to have to. Yes, the animals do. I worry about my dog. I'm thinking that I want to put this on a torque, that I'm going to need to do the mini splits. Yeah. It's, the more I do to this place, the more resale value it will have down the road. So this is on a torque. Starting it at 50, I'm going to retract that. I just saw something how do I do that? Where's the thing? It's going to start higher. And that's just a fact. Because I just noticed it's going to start at 60. I just noticed the incredible depth of this piece. Yeah, my dog, I have a towels, and I cover him in a cold towel, and I put a fan on him and hose him down, and whatever I need to do. He has very slight heart thing, just the beginning of a murmur. Last time, a year ago, when I took him to the vet. Look at the back. I'm going to take this off the torque. I want everyone to see the depth. Look at the lines. Look at the matrix in there. And there's your 925. This, if I put it around my neck, on this torque. Now I have this unfortunate thing. If I could do some kind of like tape lift thing, if I, was like not afraid of the knife, I would do that just to get rid of that thing. I never thought I'd be one of those ladies. But you age and you age. So there you go. That's on a torque. That doesn't mean it has to be on a torque. And I have a torque that is not sterling silver, that if you wanted this on a torque, I would charge $15 for it extra. But look, can you see all of these colors in here? This is an incredible, so amethyst is amethyst. And amethyst, in my opinion, can be very boring. This is not boring. This is awesome. And it's so heavy. I have a scale, but it doesn't do grams. Does this piece have grams on it? I mean, that would be the sterling. I just am curious how much this, I'm going to see if it shows up on my, see that? It's like a V in there. It's so good. Oh, yeah. And then there's the sterling wrap. There is no damage. None of this that you see is like a scratch or anything. See, look at the colors. Look at this piece. This is a rare and beautiful example of what amethyst can look like. Those are not scratches. Those are not scratches. That is a part of the stone. Let's see if it weighs anything. I'm just curious now if it'll show up on my ounce scale, ounce and pound. Yeah, Melly, right? This is a oldie. I mean, this is old. I suspect I don't know what I'm working with here. It weighs 0.7 ounces. So 0.7. So, 3 away from being an entire ounce. That's nothing you can sneeze about. God, I can't believe nobody's in on this. And no, this will not come down. This will be listed. I will take photos outside to really show all that coloration. Oh my God. And it's tall. I mean, it's tall. And it still shows through even when it's against your skin. So your choice, you can put it on a torque or a chain you have at home. Yeah, Melly, it's pretty. I know you're trying not to type or anything, but this, honest to God, I think this is the first time I've ever seen amethyst that is that beautiful. I mean, it's always just so generic. It's just like a little stone popped in with all this other stuff, This is a really incredible special piece. So 1.5 inches long, I think I already said that. And at its widest, 1 inch. And how high is it? Because that's craziness. 3/4 of an inch high. The dome is 3/4 of an inch high. Last time, this, friends, $60. I list this. I'm going to list this at $130, maybe $140. I have a lot of reseller acquaintances. I can't imagine they would be starting this at $60. They'd be starting that. Yeah, they'd be starting this. Thank you. 566 grams, Heidi says. This would be a piece that they would put with a torque and sell 2-3 times as much. It is. I didn't realize it was that great until I held it up. 5, so we're going to highlight that. Started at 60. 566 grams of amethyst in a sterling silver wrap. Started at 60. And no one's biting? I don't know. Next time I bring this back, it's going to be higher. And then I don't know if I'm going to bring it back again after that. I'll bring it back one more time, and then it's listing. So, who is here that wants to buy something? Anyone? Anyone? Because, yeah, here we are. Hour and a half. One item. Lou, that can't be right. See if button inside of the scale to change mode to grams. Oh, okay. Well, that's what Heidi said. I don't know how to do that. So it was 0.7 ounce. 0.7. Oh, yeah, because no. And so, Melly, I did 20 ounce. Oh, no, honey, not 20 ounce. 0.7. Oh, no wonder. 0.7. Yeah, sorry. That is what my brain would do. That is what my brain would do. It doesn't, Melly, I have fought with this thing. I'm like, I know you do grams. What is the issue here? And I've never been able to figure out how to do it. It doesn't make sense to me. Because it says grams right there, right? G, I see it. And kg, and so it's like, come on. But it's just weird. I've never been able. Weird. Where'd it go? Ounces. See, it should just switch. Ounces. Melly. Melly. But that's ounces. It's still not grams. Okay, wait a minute. Grams. I've never. 24 grams. 24 grams is what my scale says. And Heidi said 19.8. Yes, right. Okay. Yes. 24 grams of incredible natural amethyst. Wow, and I figured out how to use my scale. Well, that was a fantastic learning moment, y'all. So, yeah, this will not be coming back. Nope. Nope. It's gorgeous. Okay. Where was I at? I was at this and that. This is going to be a choice. That was a whole thing. Well, little things excite me. Yes. Right. Something. I know, Melly. Melly, listen, you're always teaching me something. And sometimes I get a little, both of us are hard-headed in our own different ways, right? And sometimes I get a little like, no, that's enough. No, I'm not, no. But the information always goes in there. and percolates. And what we talked about earlier today, invaluable. Invaluable. And Heidi loves to learn. Hey, we're in good company. I think a lot of us like to learn. Okay, so this is a choice. Yeah, I did, Melly. I did that right away because I was like, uh-oh. So this is a choice. Let me take my sterling silver Torx off. Yep. Yeah, you know what? The brain is like any other muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it. And my father and mother, always had like 5 books going. They read to themselves, multiple, and they had all these, really scientific, incredible magazines. And then they read a book to each other at night for their entire lives. I grew up reading 13 books. I mean, we're talking seriously educated family. But all the way up to the end of my dad's life, he did crossword puzzles. Yep. And so I do crossword puzzles, I do number puzzles, and I'm always learning about this jewelry. So this is one choice. This is a floating blue topaz. $21 is a ridiculous price, okay? It literally, let me pick it up. That's my one bad finger that the fingernail is messed up. See if I can get it to do it. I think I'll have to take it off of here to show you. The stone literally moves in there. It's not, so it's kinetic. It has movement. This is on a very fine kind of rope chain. Okay. Your grandmother was 96 and oh my God, isn't that amazing? So there's that. So let me try to show you. So you see how this, it's small, but it's not a baby. And so right now it's at right here. But when I touch it, see how it moves? It moves around in the cage. I think that's fantastic. A double dog dare you. What a nice cut. Look at that cut. I do not think it's glass. It's possible, but I don't think so. Because it's got so many, it's got so much going on. Let me look for an inclusion. That's one choice. Yeah, need water. Cryptograms. Okay, Kat. Yes, please. Kat, could you send me a text right now saying what days are a good day to call you? Because that way I will know. Okay? And Kat, before you walk out of here, please drop your link for your next sale. Okay? And then send me a text. What are the best days to try to call you? I mean, I can email, but my emails are always overloaded. Yeah, she might actually have a with Steph, right? Kat, drop your sale. It's Tuesday. Quick claim. Yeah, see, I see little inclusions. I see, it's not inclusions, isn't really totally the right word, but I see areas, it's hard to explain. I see natural things in here. It's not just clear glass, if that helps you. Yeah, please do that. And then, oh, you're backstage at a sale. Oh, are you at Friends, selling with Friends, Kat? What time is it? No, they should be over. Well, maybe you're the no, because that would be Tooch. Anyway, so this is sorry, y'all. Sidetracked. Squirrel happens to me a lot. It's tiny, but it's absolutely beautiful, and it would be a great gift for like someone who's turning 18, especially if that's their birthstone. That's choice 1 at 21. Okay, so your sale is anyone else want to grab her link? I'm having to be very selective. Lucinda said yes. Melly bought a massive amount of jewelry from Tanya yesterday. Yes, 1 large and 2 medium flat rate. Good Lord. Well, what I bought, I love you too, honey. I'll try to pop over to your sale because I have to cook dinner after this, so I'll just put y'all on. Mine's probably going to be at least 1 large flat rate box, at least. And I'm going to have, I don't think I'm going to go through and put everything on necklaces, only some. And that way I can, I have a plan. So that was just like a simple chain. It needs a little more polishing. This is more of a twisted loop. The other one was simple. 925. It's all sterling silver. I showed it before. And this is just a CZ. It's a deep red CZ. Deep red CZ 21. And here is what it looks like here. And of course, red on black is not so great. But there you go. I do have white, but I have other things hanging on it, and I don't want to fuss with all of that. So you get your choice of that one or this one, starting at 21. 16-inch. I like them both. And I think the size is petite. I think they would be really nice for casual wear all the time. They're going to come down to right about here where the pagoda is. Well, a little bit right here. And I think they'd be awesome for a young lady or an older lady who doesn't like a lot of weight. Hey, oh, Deborah, wasn't it? Good Lord. The minute I saw like all the inside, I've never seen one like that. I was like, oh, I have to retract that starting price and raise it. I only raised it 10, but I'm interested, honey, because I'm going to be listing it. I have a plan. I am not going to keep bringing the same pieces back over and over. I'm going to list at what the actual listing prices are and pay the fee and do the thing. You are interested? You interested enough to purchase? I mean, I'm interested enough to like want to keep it, but it has to be listed. $60. I reckon if I look that up, I would see that I'm out of my freaking mind. And I should be asking. Like I said, I would be starting that. I know it sounds crazy, but with the way that stone is, I think I would be starting it at like 160 with accepting offers. $60, Deborah. You will get one of the best deals I think I've ever given because I didn't know what I was doing. 60. Yep. And if you want a torque, but one, it's not sterling silver, and I'd have to go find it to put it on, it would be an extra 15. Oh, fantastic. Hold on. Yep. Well, there you go. There you go. So much for me making more than double. That's okay. I mean, I got it at an affordable price and a lot. So, and it's going to my good friend Deborah. And you know what? Okay. And I always say that, you know, I would rather sell here and make cost average to my friends that have been here and have been around and been loyal. And, I have a relationship with, even though I've never met you, than to sell to strangers and pay all the fees. And, I'd rather that you get it. So, to Deborah. Deborah, good choice in coming in and snatching that up. I wear it, honey. Send me a picture. Are you going to put it on a torque? Amazing amethyst. This thing, honestly, Melly's probably yelling at me. What's wrong with you? Why on God's green earth? Did you not research that? Well, it is a heck of a lot of grams. Deborah, awesome. Now, Deborah has a bag. I swear to God, Deborah has a bag. Please don't make a liar out of me. No, she doesn't. Okay. Nope. See, I'm crazy. Deborah does not have a bag. Denise had a bag. So now, Deborah has a bag. And you have a bag. And you have a bag. Hold on. Thank you, honey. Oh, you need to find a sterling silver torque? Well, Deborah? No. Nah. Hold on. So, this one is a small one. This is sterling silver, and this is the one I really use for displays. And this is the one that if I was going to wear a piece, I would wear it on that. This one is a longer angled piece. This is sterling silver. I actually got it from our friend Melly. This one, let me do it the other way. Let's see what that looks like. Nope, not that. This one. This one has kind of comes down to almost a point right there, if you will. But it's a little, see how much looser it is on my neck? I would ask $35 for this if you want it and if you think this would fit you correctly. And I mean, only you know your neck size. See, I have this stuff. So, I don't have a tall ballerina slender neck. And I think this one requires a little bit of warming and molding to just sit a little flatter. And maybe I'm doing like that. I just made it. Yeah, that's better. I made it wider. Ooh, that's perfect. I just made it wider. Oh, there you go. That's how it should be. So this would be 35 to Deborah. if you want. Okay, that's fine. I just figured I'd offer the opportunity, seeing as how it's sitting there. And, it's a lot of money. Yeah, it's about a 15-inch because I bent it to be, it still is in the back of my neck and strong, but it was off centered and whatnot. So you know, yeah, I know. You should see the bills I just paid for. Yeah, I got inventory for days. $35 for that. I know, for the sterling silver cuff. I mean, torque, it is. I mean, it's people sell these for, $80 all day long. So but we don't all have money right now. So we don't all have money right now. Let's do a very old piece of costume. Again, one of my last pieces from eBay. This is, again, I think it's late 30s. Um, right after the whole flapper thing was done and before the war. And it's purple on the bottom. Rhinestones, which is a very unusual and harder to create color in costume jewelry. You just don't see it that often. So, and I am happy, not happy, but I mean, I'm not going to be upset if it doesn't sell because it's been in my collection and it's stunning. So, tell me about it, Lou. Tanya said it's 1 large and 2 medium flat rate. I mean, that's going to be fun. Yes, and you got to be careful not to hurt yourself. Exactly. See, that's the thing. I'm going to get all that stuff and I have to finish sorting what I have here. And I'm hiring an assistant. Just a one time, 1 week in the afternoons deal. I have to. Because I need to and I got to buy more boxes for storage. I have to reshuffle here. And then, I'm going to do that thing we talked about, but I'm going to have the assistant list and I've got to get my father's autographed books listed and start selling them. And yeah, a lot. It is. I mean, and my father's books, he signed so many of his books that were in storage years ago for me for when he died because I really helped him with his business for years and years. He sold his books. He's a renowned author. He's world famous. And so I helped him with that business and I was the only one interested. But then, let's put it on the bus first. But then in his last year of life, he was focused on, my partner, bring up more books, bring up more books, bring up more books so I can sign them. And it's been over a year and a half since he passed, and I still don't have those out there for people all over the world who would want to own them. Parapsychology, Heidi. He's one of the founders of modern parapsychology. He studied under J.B. Rhine. Well, that was some of it, but yeah. Look up the book Altered States of Consciousness. My father made that word in the 1970s become a household word, and that book is still used in universities today. He made a couple mistakes in his research, and critics really came at him and whatever, but it was tiny mistakes, and overall out-of-body experiences, all that stuff. There's a lot going on, and yeah, people adored him and loved him, and he changed people's lives. So, okay, here is this rhinestone choker. The light is so bright, and there is the purple 5-drop. And see, it's back to being a choker. It's almost an amethyst purple. And I think we talked about this just last week, that purple, is harder to find. Doug made a listing app, more typing, but not sure if he's charging. You could ask. 500 to 600 per month is a lot, but if it works for me, no typing, it'll be worth it. My dad was Charles. Yeah, my dad is Charles Tart. Yeah, I told you that, Melly. My dad is the Charles Tart. Yeah, that's my maiden name. That is my dad. Yep. John Lilly. I mean, it just, he knew everyone, and so those people sat around my dinner table. We talked about that. So people will argue with me, and that's okay. The square cut ends right here with the box clasp, for me, is a marker of the 30s. Okay, so to me, this is Art Deco, just not flapper. And people can argue and say it's 50s. I'm not going to go there with you. Yeah, my dad is the Charles Tart. Was the Charles Tart. Traveled all over the world, wrote and edited and was a part of like 15 books. He was in so many professional journals, workshops all the time. Yeah, he's that guy. So this is tiny. This is, I can't even close the clasp. And let's see if I brought it. If I brought it up here, I could. So this is going to be like a 12-incher, which again, that's super tiny. By the 50s, they weren't that tiny. This is super tiny. Look at this piece. Yeah. The phrase itself originated in 1966 by some Ludwig guy. Yeah, I mean, the phrase altered states of consciousness. I mean, my dad was in school when I was born in 1961. So, he knew all these people. But then, yeah, at any rate. Yep. That's right. So here's the back. It's in excellent shape. I only wish I knew who the designer was. And yes, it's tiny. What you could do, this is just like a shadow box piece. This is a collection piece. If you have a tiny neck, there you go. And what you could do is add jump rings onto here. And I believe, you know what I would do? I would take this off and add jump rings over here as well and put it on a jump ring clasp. And then you can make it long enough to wear down here. But I would take it to a jeweler to do that. It's not going to cost you very much. It's a very simple, like probably 15-minute procedure for them. But if you're going to do that, don't do it yourself. Not some Ludwig. Yeah. I don't know who Ludwig is. Yeah. And that's just like a part of how he started. But then there's the out of body. There's the, it goes on and on. The movie, so this is going back in its box. The movie Poltergeist. Everyone know that movie, Poltergeist? Well, my dad and I went down to Hollywood because I think that was done by the famous guy, studio guy. Who is that? Um, we went down to Hollywood. I went with him. My mom didn't want to go. They did a whole all day long filming of him because they were going to have him talk about what a poltergeist really was before the movie started or after the movie started. And then at the end, that wound up going on the cutting room floor. And they thought I was his mistress. And I was like 19, and I was like, that's my dad. Man, what's wrong with you people? Anyway, I'll never forget that. It was quite an interesting experience growing up with my dad. Okay, so listen. Yeah, consciousness. Yep, my dad did. Yeah, he brought a lot into. He was the head of so many foundations and on different boards. He, helped establish 2 different universities in San Francisco that dealt with parapsychology. He did research for the government at Stanford, secret. It's now declassified. On remote viewing, the CIA was interested in if he could show them, and they worked with all these people doing remote viewing so that they could latch on to military targets through remote viewing. Yeah, and other experiments in altering your mind, like LSD. Could this be used as a helper, or could this be used as warfare? I mean, there's just so much one could talk about. Yep, remote viewing. Yep, that's a real thing. That's a real thing. There's a lot of real things, whether people believe it or not. I leave that to you. Okay. Does anyone want to see any more anything? I have 2 of these. I really just decided to focus on necklaces today to keep it interesting, or not simple. But so Melly, I have all of these autographed by him books, and states of consciousness. It goes on, and they're valuable. I mean, they're not like hundreds of dollars valuable, but they're $35 valuable. And there's people all over this world, including the new students coming up, who would want them. And I've never been able to open the boxes and just list them on like Abe's books, or all those things. And I'm doing him a disservice. And I'm doing the people who want that a disservice. Yeah, that's right. I would agree with you. So this is a choice. And I may close with this because I'm having a great time with all of you. But it's been almost 2 hours. Yeah, my timer's going to go off any minute. And I have to cook dinner. And, I made 2 sales, but it's not enough for me to really say that this is a worthwhile. So it's worthwhile hanging out with all of you and, socializing for sure. Don't ever get that twisted. I really enjoy being here with all of you and talking and all of that. But it's also a business, and I'm really in this strange place where I am still selling costume, but bumping it up to other things. And so I had one audience in the beginning because I sold everything, the household, the kitsch, the jewelry. And then I just went to just jewelry. So I had to rejigger my audience there. I used to sell with other people. Then I only sold with myself. So I had to redo that and rebuild my audience. And then just costume. And then now, I'm doing also sterling silver and semi-precious. And so, when you change your business model around, you change what people come to expect from you. So these are Cara brooches. They are not Temu. I think these are from the early 2000s. Oh, no. Sorry, that's my phone. Actually, that's funny. That one doesn't say that. Hold on. I thought they both were Cara. They look the exact same. That okay. I don't know what. Oh, yes, it's Cara. It just looks so strange. So that's my village going. Okay, it is Cara. Because I even looked them up and I'm like, what the heck? So they're acrylic, but they're very razzle dazzle. Really fun. I like both. I really like the pink. And I say acrylic. Is that acrylic? Yeah, the whole thing is acrylic. Silver tone. I think it's beautiful. Pink. And then you have the like purple mauves with the ABs. They're trying to do it in like the style of the dome and the kind of the old moon glow with the confetti, right? And I would say they're doing a pretty successful job. So it's buy it now 17. And yeah, these are really, really pretty. They're just a takeoff on the older stuff, but I like them. And these, I'm pretty sure you could hang these on a chain, which I think that would be stunning. Yep. Melly. I used to spend a lot of time describing each piece in detail. Yeah. Yep. I know, Melly. Yep. There's always talks. Yep. 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 I know, Melly. And so so Melly, I moved pretty rapidly through the necklaces, and then in my last half an hour, I slowed the hell down because I'm not getting any bites anyway. Nobody's buying. And so, rapidly showing the last few items I have didn't seem worth it to me. I take my time showing like the amethyst. You bet I took time showing that. The sterling silver necklaces, I didn't take tons of time on that. But, I describe. You describe, Melly. Sometimes I watch you. You're good at going fast, but sometimes you get stuck on a piece and you research it. And, I'll watch you go for a good 7 or 8 minutes on it. So, they would be, Heidi. Thank you, Melly. Yeah, I know. I I'm all of it. I'm all of it. And I appreciate everyone that comes in. I appreciate the feedback, Melly. I appreciate people being here and looking. So, but I'm going to say You know, I have a few more things in my basket, and then, but I'm closing on this piece. This is marble, carved marble. This is from Mexico. This is a very old handmade piece. I'm going with 60s or later. This is the Ryan Mayan that people are so used to seeing in the Taxco pieces. It's the Aztec warrior on these stones. And I am very business minded. I think we just have a little bit different way of going about it. That's all. These are all hand carved. We just have a little bit different way. Everyone has their own way. And I used to go a lot slower. I go through about 30, sometimes 40 pieces in a sale, unless I'm doing a chat. And once a week, I slow down and I do a chat where it's more focused on just talking, but also the sale. So this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful old piece. Look at the shepherd's hook. I mean, it's barely even a hook. It's completely artisan made. Crying, Ryan. Yes, see, that's the thing. There is so many lurkers that I can't. There's so many lurkers. So I think this is marble. It could also be a very high end or different kind of jasper, but I don't think so. This reminds me of marble tabletops, countertops, right? And it's beautiful. It's really old. And this is the last piece I'm showing. And then this piece is going to start. This is a higher end piece as well. 60s. I'm just calling it 60s. It might be 50s or even older. Whoa. Yeah. It's another reason. That's another reason I want to list. Because if I list, then I'm not just socializing. Well, I'm not just socializing. So don't get me wrong. I am selling. But if I right, Melly, like vintage is 20 years, so that means 2006 is vintage. I'm not buying it. So this starts at 50. This is a very unique, gorgeous piece. And this is not, I've shown it a couple times. If someone is rewatching this and wants to claim it, go for it, because it's going to be listed. This is true vintage, right, Melly? As opposed to, when I show 90s, it is vintage, right? But I'm very clear that this is acrylic 90s costume and it's very pretty. But, it's from the 90s and it's acrylic and it's costume, as opposed to something like this that is this gorgeous artisan handmade piece. This is stunning. I mean, you're not going to find, this is individual. There's not another piece out there like this because it's an individual artisan made piece. It's stunning. It's not too heavy and it's just, yeah. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I'm closing on that piece. And if anyone is watching on the replay and is interested in an item that I've shown today, reach out to me. There's my email right there. I will be on Friday. I'm unclear depending on when. I don't know how y'all can resist this. I'm unclear if I will be on Thursday, because it depends on when I can start getting an assistant. And I have a lot of things to start doing, like dealing with this listing and all that. So I don't know, so get it while the getting is good, because I do not know. Yeah, sales are so low right now. The economy's bad. My prices, I think my prices are pretty good. But when my prices are pretty good and I still am not making very many sales and I'm showing all my stuff and I don't want it, then I don't know that I should be on 3 times a week. I don't know that it makes sense for me. I have other things I could do. This is not a criticism of any of you. It's just my truth. I think 2 days a week might make more sense to come on and put my energy towards listing and other things, instead. And, clearing out this inventory. And I don't want to keep doing the thing where I come back and have big clearance sales because stuff didn't sell. I don't make any money doing that. It's just really like customer appreciation and clearing out stock, but I'm not making money. So I'm going to probably start doing jewelry jars. I currently have a drop of 2 bags of jewelry out there. It weighs a lot and they're very inexpensive. So go check that out. And I will post a thumbnail and it's a lot of prep before I get started. And then I'm doing a lot of talking. I'm like telling you and you're learning, and I'm glad for that, right? And I'm learning sometimes with you. But it's a business and I got to make money or I can't stay in business. So you saw Deborah. So go check out that if you're interested. And we have some necklaces left, but my 2 hours is up and I'm going to move on, y'all. I'm going to move on. If anyone is interested in a Matisse paintbrush brooch, huge, red, send me an email. You don't even show costume on my channel? Yeah, Millie. For that reason, it doesn't sell for me. Yeah, I know. But even costume, you see me putting things up for $8, $6. And it's the stuff that's currently in vogue. So what do you do with that? I don't know. It's like I'm doing what I need to do, but it's not happening. And with my fibro and my stenosis, it's just, I don't know. I've got to find other options. Now, that doesn't mean I don't love y'all and that I'm not ever coming back and I'm not mad. Not in any way. There's my jot form just in case someone sees something, in the rewatch and is interested. You can fill out the jot form if you're not registered, and you can email me. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I just am figuring out how to use time wisely. And I sell both costume and now, sterling and semi-precious. But I can't do a sale where, my profit winds up being, I don't know, 2 hours and my profit is like $50. Sounds like a lot, but I have to buy it, I have to prep it, I have to pack it, I have to invoice it, I have to get it to the post office, I have to find it and curate it, I have to get some more bags. I mean, it goes on, right? And so really that $25 an hour, I'm not making $25 an hour. So just something to think about when you go to everyone's channel, that when we ask something, there's a lot that goes into it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I know, Melly. It is hard to decide. And I'm going to pay for it physically, and you buy the inventory, and then you do all the work. And so it's just, I don't know. It's also just a particular bad time with our economy. And I know that because I tell you what, before we went to war, before Trump declared a war on Iran, my sales were, exploding. And ever since then, nothing. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, Melly, I generally do that too, but I can't always do that because I have so much pain. And if it's just me here when my partner is not here, I have to do other things. And all of that comes into play because it's just me. It's just me who has to do everything. And I can't move very fast. And so, I do know everything that I just showed, right? So, except the amethyst piece, that was the first time I took it out of the bag, and I was like, whoa, but yeah, thank you, Melly. Thank you. Okay, good night, everyone. I'll put up a thumbnail, and like I said, I think I'm probably coming on Friday and not Thursday, but I could change my mind. Thank you all for being here. Good night, Lou. Love you.